Well, in my case, I'm in high school at second grade, and it has been organized in this way. In my course and in the previous grade, first grade, we come to school every day. That is from Monday to Friday. But from the third grade to the end of the high school, they come to the high school only 3 days. The rest of the week, they have online lessons. So I think I am pretty lucky that I can come face to face all that week these days. The truth is that I don't know what will happen next year, but I hope that everything returns to normal and this pandemic ends. But honestly, I don't think we will return as it was before, because at least in Spain, we are not working very well with vaccines. We are worse than when we were confident at the number of coronavirus cases. And from my point of view, it would be a very optimistic opinion that next year everything comes back to normal.
One of the problems of COVID-19 pandemic is wearing the mask in the school. My own experience with the mask isn't good because spending 6 hours with it is uncomfortable and it makes it difficult to breathe. And it is also harder to learn the pronunciation of words in languages like English or French. But this situation will end soon and we will be able to go out without a mask and get back together with friends and family.
In the coldest day of winter, it was very difficult to be in class. I always have to wear a lot of winter clothes. I don't like to be in class with the windows open, but I think this is the best for our health. Next year, I think coronavirus will be continued, but there will not be so many cases. And I think that a lot of people will have the vaccine.
Hello everyone, I'm Isabella and I'm from the Philippines and I'm a foreigner living in Spain. So the virus has affected a lot of my plans this year. First of all would be my plans of traveling. I was really hoping that I could travel to countries like France, Italy, Germany and Belgium because I'm really interested in their culture and learning about their history as well, but I couldn't do that because of the restrictions happening and all the borders closing from other countries. And another would be my plans of making friends. So it may seem like it's a normal thing, but for me as a foreigner and someone who doesn't really speak the language so well, I actually find it hard to make friends here in Spain, like outside of my work. And the reason why I think it's harder for me this year, because I made some friends last year, but this year it became a lot harder because we have to be safe, like we have to keep a safe distance from some people. We couldn't really meet with anyone even if we wanted to, and we have the mask and all of that, and sometimes even talking would be really hard for us. So having a conversation is now something that's not exactly difficult, but a bit different and would have some problems.
Due to COVID, now we're divided into two main groups, green and yellow. Each group goes to school on alternate days, and when we stay at home, we are given homework or we have online classes. Something positive about this situation is that since there are fewer of us, we can concentrate better in class. I think that we will have to wear masks for at least a couple of years, and I also believe that our lifestyle won't be the same as it used to be for a very long time.
Yes, I think the COVID will be better than now. The modern vaccine is beginning to be administered in hospitals. Luckily, next year we will have a safer normal life. Maybe we will have face-to-face class. If everything goes fine, I expect good vaccine results.
At the beginning of the pandemic, wearing the mask was very uncomfortable because it's something that I wasn't used to. But now it isn't uncomfortable. It seems like another compliment. What is true is that doing sport with a mask was very stressful. In my opinion, we will be wearing the mask all this year. But I think that in summer it will be better the situation of the pandemic.
COVID has changed a lot our lives. This year is very different from the past because we have to wear face masks. We don't go to class every day, we can sit with our classmates, and also there are less people in class. But I think that fortunately next year we will be able to sit together again and we won't have to wear face masks anymore.
One of the reasons why I really came to Spain is to obviously learn Spanish. And last year, before the virus came, I was going to some Spanish classes and I was learning Spanish and I was really happy with it and I think I was making lots of progress. But ever since the virus started, it became hard for me because some of the school that I went to, it didn't really close, but they don't offer the Spanish classes anymore. And for some teachers, or some tutors, if they have Spanish classes, it's online and I'm not really comfortable with that. So now I'm left with studying from books or from the internet, but I don't think it's as progressive as it was from last year. Yeah, so those are my problems, I think, about the virus.
I think we will be like this for 1 or 2 more years, at least with less security measures. For example, instead of sitting at 1.5 of 2 meters, we will sit together again. Also, there will no curfew and ventilation will not be that important, and some other things. At first, wearing the mask was uncomfortable, but now, after a long time, it isn't so uncomfortable. But this wasn't the only annoying thing. Using gel for hands and keeping the distance was also annoying, because we were not used to it after every class or behind 2 meters from your partner. The whole situation was strange. In my opinion, I'm getting used to this situation and I hope everything finishes soon.
Everybody is wearing his or her mask. And when someone have to go to the board, he have to disinfect the chalk or the marker. I think that with the vaccine and all the restriction, everything will learn about the summer of this year, 2021. About July or August, everything will be okay. And people can go to his job and high school like years before. In this school, we keep all the security measures, so you can come here with us.
The medical director of NHS England says the mass vaccination programme for Covid-19 starting this week marks the beginning of the end of the pandemic. But Professor Stephen Powis warned it would take many months to vaccinate everybody who urgently needs protection. Batches of the vaccine.
What everyone wants to know is, when will this COVID-19 pandemic come to an end? What we've been hearing over and over again is that it will take 70 to 85% of the population being vaccinated in order to bring this pandemic to an end. This will be even higher when we consider that children are not currently eligible, so adults need to make an even higher effort to be vaccinated. Where does